Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ultras 11. I'm Joe.
And I'm Alex.
Before we get started, remember, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, favorite us on Spotify, put your alerts on because that'd be pretty cool. And yeah, comment on everything. Make sure to interact with us. We love to interact with you. You know, we're just regular guys. We're not these fancy.
Just talk shop.
Yeah, like, don't worry about us. We don't bite that hard. Like, we're just good guys. That's all it ever is.
That was beautiful.
Thanks, man. I was thinking about it before I got here today. You know, I just wanted to make you guys know. Wow, let you guys know.
He wants to make you guys. know. You better fucking listen, okay?
We're just
stop
dudes,
fucking around.
Yeah, dude, we're just dudes being guys. We just want to have some fun, you know. So talk to us
and just talk soccer.
You know, and hey, if you comment enough, maybe we'll even get you on the podcast. You could share your opinion. We love to hear your opinions.
That is true.
Maybe not me. I might argue.
Yeah,
with you,
Joe might try to fight you and then fight you in real life.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Don't worry about him. He's a little bulldog. We can handle him.
I don't know. He's strong. Liverpool versus Tottenham took place over the weekend. Liverpool were down to 9 men. Jota got a red card after being subbed in. Spurs won the game in the last moment, based off of an own goal by Matip. But that's not what we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about how they barely won the game there. We're not going to talk about how Ange's Army continues to win some games over here. No, we're actually going to talk about something that we've brought up in the past before. Our favorite thing, VAR.
Just love it. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Nothing's gone wrong since it's come in.
No. Of course not. VAR has been working so seamlessly. And
it's made the game better.
Yeah.
I would say.
So fluent.
Yeah.
So fluent.
Yeah.
The PGMOL, not AO, basically, which is the refereeing body of like the Prem, whatever, came out and labeled this. I can't speak today.
It's verbal diarrhea today.
Labeled this controversy as a significant human error. Liverpool has come out and said they don't like that because, you know, you guys didn't take enough time reviewing it, blah, blah, blah. Before we even question how any of this happened or why it even happened, more news has actually come out saying that VAR admitted this was on-field and thought that the on-field call was actually given onside. So it was deemed a miscommunication. And then after recognizing that there was a miscommunication, the game still restarted. The relay operator, this was released today, the whole voice notes, not voice notes, sorry, the actual communication. The audio. There you go.
That time.
Somebody named Ollie. I don't know who the hell Ollie is, but hey, Ollie, love that you wanted this to happen.
Ollie Gunner.
He actually wanted them to delay the game, and they kept on saying to VAR, please delay the game, please delay the game. And VAR actually opted out of delaying the game. VAR didn't communicate anything to the referee to delay the game. They literally just said, it's okay.
We're good. Keep going.
So, Al, should VAR have actually intervened again and correct this decision?
That was a lot of information to take in right there.
Yeah, sorry.
My head right now is moving a million miles a minute. I see why you had kind of trouble speaking there. But dude, yes, from the beginning, we've been saying this. Like, fuck, man, it pisses me off that we're still talking about like these. Like, obviously, you know, there's going to be issues with something this new getting brought into, you know, a sport that's been around for so long, and it's, you know, a new rule. Everyone kind of has to adjust. But come on, like this is getting fucking ridiculous. Dude. And now that they're actually giving us more evidence, now that they're releasing, you know, the audio clips on like the zone and showing us, and we're seeing this, you know, background information that, you know, it wasn't made public during the game, it's made public after. And just hearing that, man, it's absolutely insane. And the people working in that VAR room, not just that one specifically, but just in general, sometimes I don't know what it is, if it's like a power trip or if, you know, if they have something against the team, and you just like, you hear some of the decisions they go with and you're just like, okay, like they're literally telling you delay the game because hold on, like there's something, hold on. No, we're good. We were going to stick with the call. And then there's a miscommunication that you thought it was on, that they called it onside. Like it's I don't know, man. There's something going on with VAR that not everybody knows, and it's you know, there was corruption in football, and I feel like with VAR, it's even more. Yeah. When they're supposed to be fixing that problem and like issues like that.
Yeah. I get the whole fact that the like ruling with VAR, like you can't actually stop and reverse something if the play has already restarted. I understand that. But at the same time, when it's something that obvious, like who's to say that doesn't change the whole dynamic of the game? Obviously, we don't know. We can't go ahead and say Liverpool would have ended up tying the game or winning the game or whatever the case is, because, again, we were not there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you look at stuff like that and you just think like, what could have been? An apology doesn't help. An apology doesn't get them their points back. An apology now, like, what
means
does
nothing.
it mean? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Nothing.
And to like for there to be already 9 VAR official errors that they actually came out and apologized for, and the season just started, I'm sorry, that's just insane to me.
And I don't know if it's them trying to go for like a power thing, or if it's just them genuinely like they don't want to upset the fans, because when this first thing came in, everyone's first initial thought about VAR was, oh my God, it's going to make it like a football game, like American football game. And it's just with all the stoppages, and they're going to review, and this, it's not what soccer used to be. Soccer was fast paced, a quick game.
Yeah.
Now it's not going to be that. Now I feel like maybe the people in the VAR room are looking at that, and they don't want to, make things drag on and make games longer than they should be. But at the end of the day, if that's put into place, you got to be reviewing. You got to make sure that whatever the final call is the correct call.
Yeah.
Because now you actually have time to review it, to look it over, and to see it from every different angle. Because now there's thousands of angles in a game that we don't even, it's not available to us, but there is. You see, like they'll show a view, and you're like, oh fuck, I don't know, there's a camera there. Like you can see, like they can see like that close or that good. It's insane that there's this many errors still after how many seasons now VAR has been here, and I feel like it's getting worse.
I just feel like if you brought something like this into play. Again, I understand you're ruining the whole natural thing that is football, the mistakes, the human error, whatever. But this was brought in to actually stop human error. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like intelligent. We're going to stop. Mm-hmm. We're going to review the play. Even if there is some form of miscommunication that, like, because I was watching something where like it was a referee, and how she even said like, they usually say something and then, they don't even say anything. They say, check over. Mm-hmm. And that's how the referee themselves know the play's done.
Yeah, it's done.
Rather than just saying that check over, maybe why don't you clarify, hey, check over. The rule on the field is still offside or onside, just in case there's that small little window that you didn't mishear what the guy said or what the play was. That also shows me that the people in the VAR room aren't fucking paying attention to the game at all. Yep. If he thought the original call was onside, then brother, you're not watching the game. I, at home, sitting in my underwear, sitting on my couch, paid more attention to you then. Than them. You know what I mean?
The guy's supposed to be, that's their job.
And you're getting paid for that. I get it. It's a difficult job, obviously. I'm not going to say it's easy.
Come on.
That's what I mean. You literally could take your sweet ass time.
Like, if this was like, early 2000s and they had one fucking camera angle, and let's say they brought VAR in then, and these guys are trying to figure out as quick as they can and looking at that one camera angle, and they mess up. I understand.
Yeah.
But man, you see when it shows like in that room sometimes, like during the game it'll show like the VAR room, and like you'll see they're all looking at these different cameras and looking. How can't you tell and make the right call in that situation? I get, okay, it might not be as fast. It should be faster with all the options you have. I know you want to make the right call, but you can't be fucking up still. Yeah. You can't be messing up.
Yeah.
Like, how long is this going to go on?
If you're Liverpool, how do you feel about this whole injustice? And also keep in mind, I did a little bit of research today, found out that out of the 9 times VAR has messed up for in the Premier League, 2 of these calls went against Liverpool. So that's a kind of crazy stat in itself. Do you start to think there's a narrative against Liverpool? Like, if you're a fan, obviously. Mm-hmm. Do you kind of what's your next step? You can't replay the game either.
No, yeah, obviously that's out the door. You're not gonna. This game's done. It's over with. You lost. Move on. I mean, as like the team, you're gonna be upset. You're gonna be furious because there was injustice that the VAR got it wrong again, and now they're coming out admitting it when you knew the whole time it was wrong, and now what? And now you're just you got to just accept it. Yeah, it's tough. I've been through it, man. I've experienced it. But also at the end of the day, they have to look at it, because I don't know if you knew this, but Liverpool in the Prem, they have the best plus minus with VAR. So more calls forward than against.
Okay.
They have one of the highest.
Didn't know that stat.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, it sucks that you were on the wrong side of this situation. But I mean, you like they're in the past, you still have been given those opportunities and given those chances where, VAR intervened and it benefited your team. So, like at this point, it sucks. You lost, you move on. The season's long. You go out next week, you get the result, and you move from there. Like there's nothing really else to do but move past. Like you're not gonna, dread on this the whole season. Like that one game against Tottenham.
Yeah.
If it, at the end of the season, if they lose by 3, let's say, they end up behind City. Let's say City finished first and they're behind by 2 points. Then okay,
you could come back
like,
to something like this.
You know what? If it wasn't for that game where VAR fucked up, Liverpool would have won the league.
Yeah, but see, I could argue back with you now, saying that like those are the calls that like you look at that when the season's done. And that's when you think about like, hey, fuck,
Yeah, I know.
Those 2 points separated us from a top 4 spot, Europe in
but
general.
Saying,
you know what I mean?
If it makes that difference, yeah, you're going to look at it. But at the end of the season, let's say they finish 3rd place and that this loss here means absolutely nothing, or they finish out of top 4 and then this loss means absolutely nothing. No one's really gonna, like people probably will, like those Liverpool fans that just grab onto anything and just complain about it. But for the most part, no one's gonna be like, that one game, that the VAR refs fucked us during the game against Tottenham.
Yeah.
You're not going to say that. So
my last question to you is, before we change over here, who do you think is more at fault? Do you think it's the referee or is it VAR?
It's
like
VAR.
the people in the room.
It's the people in the room, man. It's simple as that. At the end of the day, the referee has 2 eyes. He has, his assistants there that can kind of help him out, if he's not too like 100% on the situation. But at the end of the day, he can only see so much. He can't be looking everywhere on the field. So I don't really put blame on him. He's going to call, like just how referees have always called in the game of soccer.
Yeah.
They call, what they see. That goal, the ghost goal that Milan scored against Juve.
The ghost of Suleimantari.
None of the refs, none of them saw that. VAR wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
They're not going to, they can't just be like, maybe they're complaining hard. We're going to give it to them. It's not. That time England, I think it was in the World Cup, where Lampard, he went bar down and it went in. Yes. But they didn't have the goal line technology then, and they got kicked out.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. It was a different time then,
but still,
I feel for the referee.
At the end of the day, the referee can only see so much, and you'll see the mistakes he'll make, and that's why they brought it in VAR.
Yeah.
So when VAR's still making these mistakes, when they have the time to look it over, they have all these camera angles to look at it. It's their fault. They should be the ones to catch it.
It's also very embarrassing.
That's why they have
for, like, this referee, right? Like that he kind of relies on the people in this room watching it and like going back on the replay.
He's still going to call his game.
No, exactly. But I'm just saying, like, it's embarrassing for the fact that, like, we all get to see it, like, whatever, because we have Twitter and anything. Yeah. You could replays nowadays, you could find them in a second. But it's just more so very embarrassing for, like, the on-field referee that has that. Now he's going to be the face of said problem. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to look at the VAR and say, yo, what the fuck did you guys just do there?
But it'll be him. But, I mean, now recently, I think it was the second game or whatever against Juve when they missed a call. There was the referee and then the two or three guys in the VAR room that day that got suspended until November. So like they are now like getting those guys and punishing them. It's not like before that they were just like, referee, you're suspended. Sorry, bud. Now they're getting, if it's their problem that they miss something, they'll do something about it. So I hope to see, like, at least with that, maybe Liverpool can feel a bit better if something like that happens. But other than that, man, how you gonna punish them?
Prayers up for Liverpool fans. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
But also fuck them.
Yeah, I don't fucking respectfully to that. Fuck you guys. You guys fucking cheated your way into a Champions League final against Roma. People don't forget. All right, buddy. Anyways, now we're gonna change it. Fuck everything else. We're gonna talk about the Super League. Who came back again?
It is back, but it's not the real Super League this time.
It's a money making Super League, which
run by UEFA and the corruption that is them. So now it's just exactly what the Super League was, but they're like, hey, let's copy them, but we're going to be a part of it, and we're still going to make all the money, and the teams won't make as much money as the Super League was promising. Exact same thing. Before it was looked at it, hey, you're going to ruin soccer. Now UEFA's doing it. Hey guys, UEFA's doing it. We got to do it. We're going to say no.
I mean, yes. But where's everybody flapping their gums right now saying?
But that's what I mean.
This Super League is the demise of football.
Yeah, they saw
Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher,
a league getting started, and it was the main 3 teams was Juventus, Barcelona, and Real Madrid, and everyone's like, whoa. This is kind of sketchy. Maybe they're trying to do something here. They're ruining soccer, and because it wasn't 3 Prem teams that were, the main teams running this thing. They were like, hey, you know what? We got like 6 teams. We're good. We're better off in our own league. We don't need the Super League. And they walked away first.
Yeah.
And now you're going to see how hard they're going to work for it.
Honestly and truthfully, you knew the Prem would always be the first to walk away, considering the money they make and the how much revenue those guys generate is absolutely absurd. So for them,
they're not like other leagues. Other leagues, like they have like they're like the big 3. Like in England, realistically, like, I know it's always the same winners, but they got a big 6.
Yeah.
Like they have the teams that they can say, okay, we don't need the Super League. We're fine.
The Prem is a global brand at this point. You know what I mean? And like that's why they never needed the funding from the Super League, which again, at first I was very much against the Super League. I'll be the first to admit it. I was fucking blinded by this because
Joe said Roma said no, but Roma didn't get invited. So I don't know how we got
invited in the future. It was said by Florentino Perez that soon Roma would be involved. You guys you didn't read the fine print because whatever. But yeah, if Al didn't already kind of say the whole thing, UEFA now wants to start their own version of a Super League.
What a shock!
Which is basically the weirdest thing ever, because there's going to be the Super League, Europa League, and Aspirant League, which is essentially Champions League, Europa League, and the Conference League. This, though, will be different because you could get promoted just like regular league play.
And you can get relegated.
But it doesn't make sense to me.
Wasn't the Super League something like that?
Plot twist.
Wow, it's almost like if they copied the exact same project.
Yeah, it's just absurd to me that this. Oh, sorry, and this is what they say, that the project could officially start in 2027.
Yeah,
not too far away. Al, I feel like we already kind of got your input on it.
Yeah, I was just saying,
but
they didn't really say too much with what they came out with. Now they didn't really give much information, and the information they did give was you're looking at it and you're like, okay, like, I mean, this kind of is weird and doesn't really make sense. Like I need a better kind of explanation. Like I feel like when the Super League announced, like they kind of said everything.
Oh yeah, everything was dropped up. A Twitter account was dropped. A website.
They had pictures and everything. Like it was beautiful. It was just like they kind of came out, like Marca came out with it and just kind of said what was the information that was given to them, and I feel like it was almost nothing.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know, man. This Super League, like now, so like does this take over the leagues? Like is there still going to be leagues? Do they play in this competition how they do in Champions League? But the teams, like let's say, okay, Juventus, for example, we're not in Champions League right now this year. Let's say we're one of those teams in like the Super League.
But how do you even get into said Super League? Is it through qualification
I don't know how it's like when they
like Champions League type shit.
2027. I don't know if they're going to start it like how same with the Super League did, and it was like, okay, so it's we're going to do the 3 best teams from Italy, 3 best teams from
top. It was essentially the top 5 leagues minus the Prem. I think the Prem got more than 3 teams. They got like 6 teams. Yeah.
And then all these, and then Portugal had like 1 at the beginning, and then like after the second season they'd have like 2. So with that, like I don't know how now this one here is going to work, if it's going to do the kind of like the same thing, or if it's going to be like how the Super League was, and it's going to be that's like its own league, and it's going to be like NBA, NHL, and thing, and have the main league of the best teams and watching the best teams play, or if it's still going to be like another like a Champions League competition.
Well, that would be my question right now. Is since it's UEFA run now, right? Does this automatically replace Champions League, and like this is a rebranding of Champions League?
Yeah,
because we've seen UEFA do this before. You know what I mean? Like they've rebranded Champions League at this point. I think it was like 3 or 4 times. Europa League, same thing. Like they've constantly done this rebranding of it. So like, is this another rebranding, or does Champions League stay? Then they add this. Well, then
from then if they're gonna do what was it? So there's Europa League. And what was the other one?
Aspiring League.
Aspirant League. If you're doing those, I feel like it's gonna kind of be like the competitions. It's literally the exact same now. Like you saw your Europa League, and instead of Conference League, it's gonna be the
Aspirant League. Oh, you were asking me. Sorry, I thought you were gonna say my bad there.
I wanted you to say it.
This was like a classroom thing. I didn't know what was going on there.
You just kind of looked at me worried. He's like,
I was kind of scared.
What the hell's going on?
What the hell's going on out there? But no, I don't know. With this, I think again, like I'm all for the Super League, but I like if UEFA's running it, no, I'm not for it then. Because again, it's just a way UEFA's trying to make their money.
Yeah.
The Super League was good because it was trying to give respective leagues money. Like The whole thing was, okay, Juve, Inter, Milan are going to be in it. Why though? Because globally they're known the most in Italy.
Yeah,
that makes sense. As much as I would want my team in there, it makes sense to me because they're like their numbers speak for themselves. You know what I mean?
They've
same with
their
like, the teams in general that were included. Like it all made sense to me because it's like, yeah, these guys are self-sufficient, great revenues, great fan base, like everything like that. So it made sense. Now at this point that UEFA's running it, like it's literally Champions League.
Yeah.
Where respectfully you'll have like these weird teams you've never heard of and they'll be in their group, and what money is that gonna make you? Zero. You know what I mean? Like no one gives a fuck for that.
Do you think like Agnelli and Perez come out soon out of nowhere, like they're just kind of working on it in secret, and they come up and they actually push through the real Super League?
It would be tough because Agnelli's just out of the game now. I feel like, right? I haven't heard anything about
because now he's dealing with all those charges and everything, which I mean, a lot of them they're clearing up. So
that's my thing with Agnelli. Perez though, Big Daddy Perez isn't afraid of anything, and I think he will 100% go to bat for this and say like, yeah, look, now you guys are twerking for this to happen because you're making your money.
At the end of the day, obviously he wanted what's best for his team, but he wanted it to be, fair for everybody else. Everybody, like the founding fathers of the Super League.
I love that name, the founding fathers, as if they were Jesus, God, and fucking Moses all in one.
Essentially, because they created this thing, like they created the earth.
Yes,
same, but different.
Yeah, same, but different.
Same, but different.
Okay,
get it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this.
Continue. Sorry.
This Super League, they want, equality throughout the teams. Those Prem teams, they like having the more money. They like, keeping that status quo, that they're the ones that, yeah, you know what? We're going to come take whoever the fuck we want. Other teams, they can't do that. Perez, Agnelli, whoever was in Laporta, right?
Laporta.
Whoever else is involved, they wanted this. They wanted it equal for every team. So all the people that from the beginning stayed in, which was only the 3 teams after because everyone was a pussy and dropped out, we're going to get the $1 billion to start. And then from that, each team that gets invited gets $300 million to spend on the transfer market. Teams start getting revenue like that, start getting money like that they can actually invest in their team to make them better. You don't think that that's going to make the game better when everybody in that league, which is going to be majority of the best teams, with some of but even teams like a Roma have that kind of money coming in to invest into the market. You'll see Roma start making signings.
Oh yeah, and I also think Roma
don't have
the economy,
they're hard to bring people in. It's just the money that's always tight. They got to work out these deals with Adidas and shit.
Dude, everybody has literally come to Roma. Like any player, and I don't know if it's just obviously players are very good with the public eye and whatever. But every player that's played for Roma has said, Italian teams in general, the weather's fucking beautiful. Everything about Italy, city. Yeah, you know what I mean. Not just Rome though. I'm just saying, even in general, all of Italy. Yeah. The downfall with Italy is their economy fucking sucks. Their owners and the whole league is run by fucking dinosaurs that don't know what to do. Yep. Like Torino's owner is a newspaper owner. Really, man, that's supporting a fucking team. Look at Prem. They have oil money. And if they don't have oil money, they have generational money. It's fucked. And this Super League is coming in, and I'm going to tell you right now, the Prem will twerk for this because there's going to be, I don't know what.
The UEFA one or the
UEFA one? The UEFA one.
Okay.
The Prem will be okay with this because they will be promised X amount of marketing, revenue, this and that, and it'll stay the exact same. They'll just make more money. And I could guarantee you that little prick, Chefrin, that your dad hates as well, he has something to, Saudi has something to do with this. The emergence of their league and financial superpower within the footballing realm. Chefrin saw that, made a little alliance and said, brother, you know what? You can't play in the Champions League because you're not European. But you could be a special guest in the Super League that has, even though we govern only Europe and UEFA, you come in, you'll be a special guest. Bring 2 of your teams. Oh. It only makes sense to me that they want to even the playing field for the Prem and Saudi, because Prem is afraid of Saudi and their money. And they're going to try their best to even the playing field. Yep. You know what I mean? And I just spoke too much too fast. Now I have a head rush.
Oh my God. We got
no, but
break.
Yeah, no, fuck. I don't know. For me, this whole Super League thing, you knew it was always kind of UEFA was able to get everybody, the whole fan, all footballing fans to come out and say this is a travesty, whatever the fuck they want to say. Now that they're doing it, they're trying to work in silence and, sweep it under the rug. But hey, this is a reality almost. You know what I mean? They wanted it all for themselves. It was always a good idea. They wanted you to believe it was a fucking shit idea.
Mhm.
Now that they're doing it, they're going to beautify it. Just like Champions League is so beautiful. It's storybook. It's poem and poetry in motion. No, it isn't. Fuck off.
Got ruined so
It's all it's all the script.
because the UEFA Lona.
Yeah.
That's
Who's
what
somehow
started it
still
all.
in Champions League. One
But
day we're gonna have an
now
episode talking about
all of
the
a
Preds.
sudden now they're finding stuff on them. That
Yeah.
They had corruption
But
from 20 years ago.
The worst part
who
of
knew?
all of it is hey, we're not gonna do anything until we find out the truth.
Yeah.
Fuck, Juve was kicked out of Europe. Milan, hey, Bello, take a seat back, buddy, all right? You either pay us a huge fine and have a limited squad list, or you just drop out of Europe. Yeah, but where's Barca and all of that?
City was found all this stuff like a couple years ago. I think the year before or the same year as Milan. They ended up paying a 10 or $20 million fine and they were back in the competition.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. That's
I'm
cool.
sorry. If you guys want to look at me and say I might sound like a conspiracy theorist or whatever, no, money talks. Money has always talked. Spoken. Talked? Could you say the word talk?
Yeah, talked.
Yeah, whatever.
Same.
And let's get real. Barcelona will always, no matter what, generate something simply because of the name they have and the reputation they have. Rightfully so. Premier League teams too. They will always generate some sort of
That's
money.
the only reason Barca has right now in the last couple of years that they've been going through all this stuff. They're in debt, billions of dollars, can't even afford to pay their players. The only reason they've signed big name stars and brought guys in that no one really expected would go there because of their name, because it's Barcelona.
Yeah.
No matter how much they don't have the money to support it, people will still go there and try and take pay cuts and do whatever they got to do. Like Joao Felix took a pay cut to go there.
And
people will do that for Barca. Other teams, they don't have that, or they just like a team like dude. If imagine like a Super League, like the real Super League, and everybody has this money. Milan actually has money to spend. You think someone is going to go to a Newcastle if Milan's also going for them? Thinking about the history and the players that have played for Milan or to put on that shirt. You think people are going to choose one of those teams?
No, it's true
because the money. Because then money's not a thing. It's all even playing ground.
And that's the thing too. That's where the Prem teams,
and that's why
in
they don't
general,
want
except for United, would fall off because historically speaking, throughout Europe, English teams weren't that dominant. You know what I mean? It was Milan. It was the Spanish teams. Those were the dominant forces.
Milan and Real Madrid.
You know what I mean? Those are the dominant forces.
Look at their titles. Look at the amount of titles they have.
No team in England.
Only Liverpool.
Okay.
Liverpool is weird. They had no success, barely in the league.
Yeah,
but in Europe, they were good.
Sure, they
got what, 5 or 6?
Don't even ask me that. I hate
Milan has 6, I think.
Yeah,
they have
that
5.
I could tell you for free. But
whatever, they're losers.
Yeah, yeah, that's the best way to put it. So we're switching topics here.
Joe's about to have to go for a walk, and his head's gonna blow
I actually
up.
had a small little head rush. I thought I was gonna pass away.
This guy started talking Super League. I just saw red and steam coming out of his ears.
Dude, it just bothers me. There's no passion anymore. No loyalty.
No passion.
I'm a nostalgia merchant. Everybody knows that.
I don't know if you guys could tell.
Yeah. We talked about VAR. We've talked about the Super League. Now let's talk about something that is essentially the Super League, but in a virtual reality.
Take a break from the real world.
This is kind of crazy because we never would have expected to talk about this. But you know what? Let's get real. It's one of the biggest game franchise sport.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Whatever
sports game franchise.
FIFA.
Yeah,
that's what we're trying to talk about. But it's not called FIFA anymore. It is now EAFC 24, which is same but different. Just a rebranding, no rights, whatever.
Rebrand now.
I still call it FIFA. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm stupid though.
EAFC 24.
That's way too much work for me. I still say FIFA. So if I slip up and say FIFA, I'm talking about EAFC 24. Damn, that was hard.
And even with Ultimate Team, it's not called Foot anymore. It's called UT.
Yeah, it's just I feel like I'm having a stroke or baby barfing when I say it.
UT.
Yeah.
What are you playing pro clubs or UT?
Yeah, it doesn't even roll off the tongue anymore.
Not as cool.
So, Al, let's keep it simple. We're talking EAFC. Never been discussed before, but we're gonna bring it up.
Good thing about it, there's no VAR in it. So that's pretty good.
There is a Super League though, technically. Ultimate Team.
Yeah. Frauds. But I mean that's your super team.
which is still kind of shit the way it works. But I mean,
but
lots of kinks, lots of whatever.
Every year there's something, man. Never going to be a perfect game.
Al,
yes.
What are your thoughts on the game so far? Like, you know, what mode do you play most?
Feels so weird. I feel like you're asking me like soccer questions, but now you're talking about a video game.
Yeah,
right
buddy,
now.
This is virtual now. This
feels weird, but also right at the same time.
We wanted Zach on this originally.
Oh fuck! Zach
So
got a mental breakdown
because
here.
Zach, it worked. Like we have a group chat with like all of us because we all play EAFC 24.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah. And like you have to see some of the stuff that like Zach himself says. It's actually monumental, and like you could literally publish a book about how angry he is in regards to this game,
and the fact that he packs nobody, but he also has like 1.4 mil transfer profit, still not higher than obviously.
He wasn't going to buy the game. He wasn't going to buy the game
right here.
Yeah, obviously.
Not going to say whatever.
Al,
it is what it is.
Al is like a little rat.
Pack Vinny 1.2 mil right there. No biggie.
Yeah,
I'm set for the game.
Literally,
quite literally. It's a beautiful game of FIFA.
So I guess you're enjoying this.
Well,
I guess you play
Team.
Ultimate Team.
Yeah. So to go back to your question, now that we kind of
let's-
rambled off side over here a little bit, a little rambling.
I don't like your hand movement. Stop that. You're not a wizard anymore. Don't look at me. What the fuck is going on?
Okay, FIFA, EAFC 24, getting into it. Not FIFA anymore. Best game mode, Pro Clubs. The one I play the most, probably UT, because not everyone's always on Pro Clubs, and I don't know if you played Pro Clubs or like those skill matches by yourself. It's not fun.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, wait, I haven't played.
No,
Pro
like
Clubs?
play by yourself.
Oh yeah, no, it's
like
AIDS.
going into drop-in match, it's not as fun when you don't have anybody to talk to, and you're like, hey, you're spamming to pass the ball, and nobody passes. Everyone's to do their own thing, get their own points. It's shit. It's not fun.
Yeah.
But when you play Pro Clubs, and like we have with almost a full squad,
it's
not gonna lie, it gets pretty
even
fucking
honestly,
fun.
man. Even when you
Joe can't play on any because he stinks, but it's very, very fun.
No,
we got the boys together.
Listen, I just want to come out and publicly say this. I want anybody, even the most skilled fucking EAFC 24 player.
I mean, Perry already said he's going to play on any next time he plays with us.
The guy that just
he said he can't watch a game with you on any anymore.
My thing
can't
is
be involved in a game.
My
with you
thing
on
is
any.
this. I'm not saying I'm the best FIFA player, but EAFC 24 player.
Okay, Joe, you can just say FIFA.
Yeah, I'm gonna say FIFA.
Fuck up to say
fuck
FIFA.
off. I'm not the best. Past FIFAs, I was probably one of the best. I'm not gonna say the best.
You held one of the crowns a couple times.
Yeah, you know, I was up there, top 3 amongst the guys. Whatever, I was the guy to beat. Whatever.
No big deal.
Not trying to stroke my own ego, but anyways,
flex from Joe right here.
This FIFA though, I could tell you right now, I'm not that good. My biggest traits were always defending and passing, and I can't defend for shit.
That's the one thing I would say about this game is Joe, the defending man.
I can't defend. And the worst part is on Pro Clubs is they want me to go on any. My literal job is I don't control anybody. I'm literally controlling the 4 defenders. Do you know how difficult it is? Even when I tell myself, Joe, you're on any, only defenders. I will still run up the field with the center back trying to help out. Next thing I realize, I'm like, oh shit.
We're getting countered right now.
We're getting countered. We only have 1 guy back there and 7 guys are running at me.
Yeah.
But it is fun.
So you're gonna take a break from any.
Yeah.
For the near future.
Either way, Steve Balboni, Johnny Hamchek.
We're gonna look at a couple other John Pork. Don't forget him.
John Pork.
Garbage man up top.
I don't know. I
everything.
I don't like playing on any. It's not that fun. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, you're also not that good on when you're position either. But hey, it's okay. You figure out your position. Maybe a right back.
Either way, no, definitely not right back.
You can take over for Roberto Calories.
Zach.
If you didn't know,
what are some pros in the game? Some cons? Talk to me, buddy. Let's talk about everything. Sorry, I hit the mic there. I didn't mean to hit it, but let's talk about everything.
Joe, pros buying the game. You've had it every year. The same thing as me. To go from having FIFA for so long, from the 90s to now, you don't have FIFA anymore. You lose those rights. You got to pretty much you have the base of the game, but like for the menus and everything, you see how much has changed, how much branding they had to change.
Pressing R1 to fucking navigate through menus is ridiculous.
But I feel like they really they took it to the next level with the menus and everything. I really honestly like. I like how clean everything. I like how organized everything is. I like for objectives that you can fucking do all of them at once instead of going through each one and fucking collecting it. That was annoying. And honestly, with the gameplay, I feel like it has both like pros and cons. Like the pros, like just being, it does look a lot cleaner. It feels like, with passing feels a lot more realistic, especially with like the certain people's like play styles, and that can bring them to advantage. Like play styles, I feel like changed the game a lot this year with certain people, like made players that weren't really ever usable, or just no one really ever used them. Now this year you could use them as long as they have these certain play styles that benefit them. And I feel like before they never really had, they still have like the what's it called, the chemistry style cards.
Yeah.
I always feel like those dudes don't really do anything like significant. You're like,
maybe just
I put a Hunter on him.
Yeah,
now he's unreal.
I think those ones do the most, to be honest. Like Hunter, Shadow, and Catalyst.
Dude, even still,
but
man,
it's maybe just a speed thing.
Yeah, I don't know, not too crazy about it. Cons about the game, not too crazy. Like not I'm saying not too crazy about defending. I do like it because it is harder, but I feel like it just, to get used to, I'm just getting so annoyed with it. And then there's like that new, like, which I still don't fully know, like when you hold down A, like on PlayStation, and like the defender, like he like runs the guy and like wins the ball back, and like I don't really fully get it yet, but I mean, when I do it, sometimes when I'm just spamming buttons, it does work, and I'm like, oh shit, I actually won the ball back. It's pretty crazy. So like once I kind of figure that out, maybe that'll help. But I feel like once I do figure it out, that'll be patched, and then there's going to be something else. Which that's what I hope. Like every year, it's the same thing. The game's either kind of good or kind of washed. Then they kind of they do an update, and then it kind of fix it. And you're like, oh shit, the gameplay is good. Like everything feels nice. And then they do another one, and then it goes to shit. And then like by like November, December, like the gameplay is awful. And then everybody just comes back in like fucking June, because they're releasing all these crazy ass cards, and you can all these crazy ass packs, and everyone's like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna fuck around and see what I can build. And you can build a stupid team,
all 9
just literally playing for an hour and like just doing SBCs and stuff. Like it's fucked. So I hope it doesn't go that direction. Like I hope, and already like now, like I've already seen some people in the group, and like I've had my moments yesterday where I'm like, hey, this game's fuck shit, it's washed, like fuck this. And like even some of the guys have said that too. But I just hope that like they can fix the issues and kind of maintain it, and even drop more content, because I feel like they're lacking on that this year. Like objectives and stuff, like not just like actual cards, but just everything in general. And yeah, like other than that, man, like I just hope that it's gonna be at least lasting till like my birthday, which is February. So
well,
I hope.
I mean, for me, my biggest thing, and I've always said this, and it's not even so much like I put a lot of onus on like the content creators of EA and like these streamers and stuff like that, like whatever, even the pro players. I put a lot of pressure on them, because it's like for me, I absolutely fucking hate how there's some kid in grade 1 that has watched TikTok videos or YouTube videos and have learned a meta of sorts, and they just fucking abuse it. And it's like a broken thing in like within the game. And like right now, this goalkeeping sucks ass. Like this meta is the like you said, that defending thing. Yeah. You press X, you kind of like phase in front of the guy and body him no matter what. And if you have the bruiser trait, it's even worse. Near post shooting, you just put enough power and your goalie punches in his own net, or it goes in. Like, like obviously stuff gets exposed, but like you go on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, when these games get released, what pisses me off is the content creators and these streamers and whatever that will literally come out and say, oh, this is the most broken thing in FIFA. You got to try it. Oh, here are the tactics to using a meta formation in 4-2-3-1. Then you go play, and all you literally fucking see are little pricks fucking running down the line with a girl nobody's heard of in hemp, crossing it in, the German cross. Sorry, I didn't even know that was a fucking thing. I played soccer my whole life. I played FIFA my whole life. I never knew what a German cross was. Did you?
Did you learn that this year?
Now my nephew thinks he has more ball knowledge than me, because he said, oh, Zio, do you know what a German cross is? No, I call it an early cross. like what? I'm sorry. Like, to me, that's what pisses me off, these things. And it's like, they break the game, they expose the meta, and then after that, they patch something else that didn't even need to be patched. Yeah. And then they ruin the game from that, because the meta is still there. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? And now I feel like they've added way too much too. Like they've complicated it almost.
What do you mean?
Like before, R1 and square was like a mid-level cross.
Oh yeah.
Now that's
now
like some weird manual cross.
Yeah.
Double tapping X gives a ground pass, but a little bit of a dink ground pass.
Yeah.
Double tapping triangle gives you a through ball, but a little dink.
Through ball.
Dude, grow up, man.
There's so many like different things to do and
man.
play.
It's just.
again, it comes with making it more realistic and giving the people options that people would do, in real life, but it just makes it so much more. Like, I like when it was just like simple before,
Yeah,
just
dude.
pass, shoot, cross, through ball, sprint, and that's all and the skill button.
Yeah.
That's all you needed.
Dude, I remember there was one FIFA when I don't even think it was a FIFA game. I think it was like a World Cup game.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I can't remember at this point. But I remember when I figured out what a through ball, like how you could do a through ball in FIFA.
Yeah.
Just press triangle, whatever.
Oh,
it
buddy.
was so crazy.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God, they added this. Like, it's about time they passed. Like, they gave you a pass in the space kind of fucking thing, whatever. Yeah. But switching over here, we got new legends, new hot heroes, new ratings, blah, 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 blah. Al, do you have anything you want to nitpick on ratings, heroes, legends? Way too high, just right? Anybody that pisses you off in general? Like, I get pissed off already.
Not too bad. Like I like how like with legends now this year they made it just a one. There's no more base, mid,
especially
was it base,
mid, and then prime. Yeah,
base,
I like
mid,
that too.
prime.
Actually, that's
I like how it's just
great
one
feature
because they're gonna do what they did last year. You're gonna have these new icons during Team of the Year, during Team of the Season, during FUT Birthday, during probably even earlier promos. You're gonna have these new icons that are part of them.
Yeah.
So I like how they just have the one. And then you have those other new ones, not making it all fucking difficult throughout the year. I do like that a lot.
Yeah.
With the legends, I like them. I like the ones that they really that they added. Probably like Vialli and Schneider because I got them both on my team and they're both umbo. Love them.
But
the one thing
last Friday.
Again, Joe, but you're not here at the beginning of this. I got Vinny 1.2 mil.
It doesn't matter, man. Why the fuck does everyone have crazy teams already?
I got Vinny. What do you want me to say?
Oh, I hate everyone.
If I didn't get that Vinny,
who even has the coins to drop 1.1 mil right now? The game came out on Friday officially.
Someone bought that card real quick as soon as I posted
creeps,
it.
man.
I thought I posted it like a little bit too high. I'm like, fuck, it's probably not gonna sell. I listed it for 3 hours. All of a sudden I see sold. I was like, Minkia, dude, fucking
Game's
quick. But anyways, heroes. Love the heroes that they added. Love what they did with the heroes. Don't like the design of the cards.
Yeah, it looks
and even like the pictures, like when you click the card, like it looks all like blown up and like pixelated.
Yeah.
Like, do not like that at all. And that maybe they kind of maybe went a little bit too crazy. Maybe just settle it down, keep a nice simple, like maybe like a nice little gold design. Have like the card there, not too big, just kind of perfect in the middle, simple. But they always like they try to do too much sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like it's in between
for the
arcade game and
exactly.
regular,
But for the most part, with like the legends and like the ratings and the heroes and all that, I didn't really see too many I don't have too many complaints about them. The only one I'm kind of question and like would be like when I saw it, I was like, that's kind of crazy. It's like Messi's still 90 rated and Ronaldo dropped to 86 rated, and they fucking absolutely murder Ronaldo. And sure, first year I pack Ronaldo untradeable for fuck's sake.
I still haven't packed Ronaldo.
Okay, he's worth 30K. Go buy him.
I don't have 30K.
Oh, it sucks.
I'm on a road to glory, baby.
Sucks to suck, man.
Doesn't suck to suck. I'd rather not.
I got
put money into the game.
About Vialli, Pirlo, Schneider, Vialli. I
was just about to say, how did you get Pirlo?
Messi?
I remembered.
I got Pirlo too. Pretty crazy. Soon I probably buy Nesta.
Yeah, but he's a bum. Lazio reject.
I heard he's pretty good.
Yeah, Lazio reject.
We'll see. I'll update you guys if I do make that change.
Yeah. Well, for now though, that's all the time we have.
I think we're going to end things there on the FIFA talk.
Yeah.
Joe's getting a little bit sad because I just kind of explained my team and he realized how much.
I'm just trying to save up for Dybala.
Joe just wants gold Dybala. Nothing too crazy. 19K. Not far fetched, but I appreciate it, Joe. Keeping it simple.
Road to glory.
That's why I was. Hey, Joe. People forget that right before I packed Vinny, I had Julia Grosso still in my team.
Legends of the game. I still run with the door.
My midfield was her, Rabiot, and Kimmich. Total cost of 19K, I think, for the three of them. Now, total cost of my midfield's like at least 800K, probably. I'm not going to say nothing.
I got Ivo the fucking Eduardo Bovev.
Okay, so that's where we're going to end things when Joe's going to try to bring Roma into this.
No big deal.
Guys, thank you for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Don't forget, like Joe said at the beginning, to follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. At UltrasXI. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel and leave a like on all of our videos and subscribe to our channel so you can keep watching those videos.
Yes, chef.
And then the Spotify. This is we do this every week.
Dude.
We want to we stay consistent with it. Don't forget, guys. Just leave it simple. A follow, leave us a comment. We'll probably answer it on the next episode. So
And
test
listen,
it out. Test us out.
I
Test if we
edit,
can keep our word.
I edit these videos for you guys to enjoy with my dog on my lap.
He does.
If you want my dog to live a healthy life,
I was gonna say we'll bring him on the episode.
I would love to bring the dogs on the episode, dude.
We'll bring
we get Theo, which is his dog,
Theo
and Sam, my
yeah.
dog.
I don't know if you guys can I don't know if you can pick it up right now. He's
He
attacking the
wants
door right
he
now.
wants to come downstairs. Sam,
I think we started talking about FIFA, about EAFC 24, and he started doing this. So I think maybe he's getting a little bit heated. Maybe he comes down here and plays.
Usually Al plays with him. That's what he's trying to make it.
He does sit on my lap. See? But now we're rambling again about FIFA.
Yeah.
About EAFC 24. Stop saying FIFA, Al.
EAFC,
guys,
it's in the game.
Thank you for listening.
Cheers.
We'll see you next week.
Cheers.
We'll hear you next week. Ciao.
Later.